Morning, everyone. Bit of a short video today, I think. Pretty painful tattoo appointment this time. As I said yesterday in my previous video, I got my part of my armpit blacked out here, the top there, and into the ditch here. There were some skulls that we blacked out, and some more of Spawn's red, and his red cloak here, and then some touch-ups all the way up on the shoulder. Yeah, pretty painful appointment. Overall, like, nothing unbearable, just lots of discomfort, and wrapped up kind of more or less all over the arm. It's pretty immovable right now. Got quite a bit of blood pooling, and I've got wrap up from about my shoulder into the armpit all the way down to the ditch of my arm and beyond to capture the blood that tries to kind of filter through. Like, so when you're wrapping up Saniderm, you always wrap up a bit broader than the area of the tattoo so that you can sort of anticipate the blood trying to sort of run it. Well, obviously as you get tattooed, you bleed quite a bit, and so the bleed will run a little off of the tattoo itself. So you want to have quite a bit of the skin outside of the tattoo area wrapped up so that when the blood tries to run, it's kind of caught, and so that none of the plasma and blood and stuff can leak out. Because if you get a leak in your Saniderm, then it's technically not really doing its job anymore. So yeah, it will soften. Like, generally, your Saniderm wrap is pretty stiff when you first put it on. The first couple hours, it's hard to bend around a lot, but it'll all kind of become like a second skin after a while. So I won't really feel it too much towards the end of today. But for the first few hours, just taking it easy and trying not to rip the wrap and add tension to the arm. Like, so when you've got lots going on, like big amounts of your arm tattooed, it's super important to try and take it easy that day. No lifting, really. No, like, obviously no super physical activities, because it's going to swell. You don't want to agitate the area any more than you need to. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I've done things as far as, like, the first time I tattooed this armpit, I had a shift, and then I got tattooed, and then I had another shift after. So I did a double shift at the same day I got my armpit tattooed. Now, it actually healed fine, but it was incredibly incredibly uncomfortable, and I don't recommend that. What I recommend is, when you get tattooed, say have it on the first day of your 2 days off or whatever. Give yourself lots of time to heal, so that obvious problems can't happen. Like, when I go back to work Friday morning, I'll have had a few days off already, so that this tattoo will be not close to done healing, but it won't be a fresh wound. You're not asking for trouble. When I was a bit younger, like, and I do mean a bit younger, because it was just as far as, say, about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. So between a year and a half ago and about 3.5 years ago, I was going 2 tattoos a week. I would do one session Wednesday, one session Thursday, and I kept that going for a couple years. Sometimes I'd do 2 a day on the Thursday or the Wednesday. There was one time when I actually got tattooed at one shop and then walked from that shop to a different shop and got tattooed within the span of, say, like an hour. Like, I finished up at one shop, got myself a drink, and then went to another shop, sat down for another tattoo. So people are asking me all the time now on Instagram, how do you have such stamina for this? Like, your whole body must be healing. Like, how is this okay for you? And my answer is, like, this is kind of light work for me. One a week. I've kind of calmed down. Like, if I had been doing this mod journey thing that I'm doing live, like, for everyone to see a couple years ago, the changes were much more rapid. I was getting front and back piece worked on, or left and right arm worked on back to back, day after day, a couple times a week for the better part of 3 years. So this is light work for me. That being said, all black work is fairly extensive work. There's lots of trauma caused. If you're getting like a full black project, like black tattoo, like a black arm or like a black leg or something, it's a lot of trauma to the body. The body's doing a lot to heal that. There's a lot of swelling. There's a lot of blood loss and stuff like that. So just take it easy. I would recommend, before anyone gets into anything serious like that, to know that this isn't like a nice watercolor tattoo or like a fine line tattoo. No, there's a lot of skin damage. There's a lot of like swelling, and there's a lot of blood loss, and you'll be lightheaded after, so don't plan to drive too far. Make sure to eat a big meal before, and probably you're going to need another big meal after too to really get your strength back up. Like even right now, like as soon as I'm done this video, I'm going to go just eat something. I don't know what, just whatever looks particularly filling. Like I don't have it down to a T like some guys do, where it's like I eat this before a tattoo and then I eat this after a tattoo. I just try and go big meals, satisfying meals, like just whatever, just something huge in your stomach to give yourself some strength back, because it takes a lot out of your body to get heavy black work done, more so than a normal tattoo. I know that probably sounds weird, like why? It's the same thing, right? Well, no, because with black, like heavy black work is usually done over other tattoos. Like everything I've got has already been done 3 or 4 times. So when you're covering that in black, you got to do more passes. Like there's part of my arm here today, the skulls that I had underneath Spawn, where we used an off-white yellowy ink for those to make them pop better, against the red. So anyway, that yellow was put in 3 times to be as noticeable as it is, so it doesn't just look skin tone. So getting that out was actually harder than you'd think. It's not like painting a wall, right? Like if you put black paint over a white wall, it goes black immediately. Well, that's not how it works with tattoos. So if you've tattooed an area with yellow, for example, to give it a kind of a white look, it doesn't want to go out. For whatever reason, it just goes like dark yellow the first time, and then it kind of goes like an orangey color for whatever reason for a second. And even now, like me and my artist were both curious what that's going to look like once it's healed. We'll probably have to put it in again, and that's fine. Like black work is a game for the patient. It's not going to happen overnight. It might have been a little bit easier in hindsight if I had just done it all black to begin with, but that's not the fun of it. Like I would have never done this to start. I've said in another video, like this is not a starting point for me. Some people take it as a starting point. I think that's a waste, because I like the journey process of this. Like I like the fact that these tattoos were something else. Now they're this. Like I like that aspect of this art form, and I do consider this an art form now. Different than tattooing in general, because it's more about consistency and the richness of the black. It's not about the individual image. It's not about a really nice rose that you've done, like or a classic rose that everybody would recognize as a tattooed rose. This is more about the purity of the black, how well all of the black looks together, because as you're healing, black and one area might heal differently than another area, and then the expertise or the precision of it is making all of the black the same black all around, so that it doesn't look blotchy and that it all flows together. That's what the idea of this is. That's what the perfection of this gets into. Like it's about ironing out all the inconsistencies. Generally, when you have a full body tattoo the first time, there's lots of inconsistencies. Now, what separates me from a lot of people is once a lot of people get their bodysuits done, that's it. They're done. They don't want to do any more. They've been through it all once. Why would they do it all again? Me, I want to do it all again. And I might even do it all another time after this. Like, I've already been through touch-ups, like those roses that I used to have on my neck and my throat and stuff. Those had already been touched up 2 and 3 times. So the black over that is the 3rd and 4th time, and then I'm going to have to do a 4th and 5th time to get the black in as sharp and as clear as it needs to be, in my opinion. Now, I might even go farther than that and reline some white stuff in there one day when I'm bored of just being solid black. This is a game of many levels. This isn't one time and you're done. Lots of people have some, I don't mean to be rude, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I see lots of people talking about they've got a full body suit of tattoos, and I'm like, I see the flaws in your work, and I see the flaws in my work. The difference is I want to fix those flaws, and you're just happy to be done, and it's over now, and you don't have to go back into it ever again. It's almost like people get done and they have the memory of that pain, and it's almost like a mental paralysis or a fear sets in, like, I'm so glad that's over. I'll never have to do it again. And the thing is if you want to be fully tattooed, and no disrespect, but if you're wearing the suit, you got to patch it up every now and then. You got to do the maintenance of it, or else it just looks, to anyone in this field or that spent a lot of time looking at tattoos, it just doesn't look right. Like, I think it's the part of it is that tattoos have become so popular that it's not just the people who like pain or are okay with pain anymore that get them. A lot of people that want to wear lots of tattoos don't like pain, and that's fine, but there's a certain aspect of this that requires polish, and that polish hurts, That polish takes time. It takes patience. So I'm not saying that everybody has to be as fully covered as me, or that this is something everyone should strive for like I do. But if you want a solid black bodysuit like me, that's a different thing. That's polish. That's finicking. That's scrutinizing over the little inconsistencies. That's getting used to the fact that if these knuckles aren't fully saturated, that means they're going to have to be done over and over until they are. And we had them fully saturated red. I had this whole hand tattooed red 4 times so that it would be solid red. I've gone over it once in black, but that doesn't mean it's done. It means it's probably going to have to be gone over twice more in black to be saturated properly. And I'm more than okay with that. It's just things to do. I'm not just like, woohoo, happy my hand is black now. I don't have to do that. Now it's off the list. No, it's not done yet. So I need to do it again. And I need to learn to be okay with that. And even in some cases, I think, learn to like it. Because this is not a bucket list. This is a daily pursuit. This is like chores, or like chores you enjoy, It's not one and done. It can't be, and it never will be. And thankfully, I found my peace with that. I wish, or I hope that more people can, because I see a lot of people claiming to have full body suits and they're not done. They're in denial, or they're just not looking hard enough, because there's lots of problems in their work. And I think a lot of people just don't want to take the time to examine and fix those problems. And I will. I've got all kinds of problems I want to fix lower on my torso, and they're high on my list right now, but it's work to do, and I think I'll be working for a long time, because I still see the flaws, and I want to look at myself in the mirror one day and go, the art is finished, it's done. And that might be 5 years from now, it might be 20 years from now, but it will get done because I wish it to. I'm working on it. Anyway, I'm babbling. Lots of adrenaline today. Sorry for putting you through this rant, but hopefully someone will find it at least somewhat entertaining. I hope. Can't lift my left arm right now, so I'll lift the right one to turn this off. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this rant or any of my other rants, I'm Ephemeral Remy on Instagram, and follow me on there. And have a good day.